after the incident at Forever Falls. Valley. A simple day. Jaune was resupplying on ammo and gear. He was walking by himself. He was loner, but sometimes he thinks he'll let his team tag along. His walk was abruptly halted by a familiar faunus. If it isn't the little boy. Jaune, teacher. Saya, hoo-hoo, I told you to address me by name. You're no longer a newbie. Jaune, sorry, Master Saya. Saya, well, better than teacher, I suppose. Jaune, what are you doing here? Saya, a little birdie told me you want to fight someone more experienced. Jaune, Saya, yeah, but all I know is you're just gonna hand over my ass on a silver platter. Saya, don't be modest. That was when you were 12 years old. You had 6 years to improve. Jaune, well, sure, then I'll show you what I've learned, but let's make a schedule first. They headed to a nearby cafe to talk more. Jaune, I finally mastered your fire and lightning dance technique. Saya, wow, did you know that took me 5 years to master? You did it in just 2. Jaune, well, I had good teachers. Saya, stop, you're making me blush. Then 2 more people entered the cafe. Jaune noticed them and called out to them. Jaune, Blake. Blake then quickly turned to the voice and was shocked to see Jaune hanging out with an unknown faunus. Jaune waved them to join them. Blake tried to run away, but Sun just asked her. Sun, is he a friend? Blake, no, he's my sister team's leader. Someone I respect. Sun, then you should ask him for help. Blake, but... Sun, sometimes to get over something you need to tell to people you can trust. Do you trust him? Blake, I don't know, he's a good person, but I... Sun, you don't have to say it's about you, just make up a lie. Blake, I... Jaune, hey Blake, you can join us if you want. Blake and Sun sat down at their table. Jaune, so what you doing in Vale? Blake, just sightseeing. And you? Jaune, just catching up to my teacher and somewhat of an elder sister. He motions to Saya. She noticed her fox ears. Blake was just flabbergasted, a human and faunus treating each other as siblings. Saya, Jaune, you're making me blush. Sun just whistles. Jaune, so, are you okay? You seem nervous. Blake, I'm just worried of a friend of mine. Jaune, how so? Blake, have you heard of the White Fawn? Sun, you mean those cult nut jobs? Blake looks at him angrily. Saya, geez, learn some tactupunk. Jaune, hey, I remember you now, you were running from the cops. Sun began to sweat. Saya, oh really? Blake, he just stowed away and stole some bananas. Jaune, and you're hanging out with this juvenile delinquent. So back on topic. Blake, my friend joined them and regretted. John, does he or she wants to leave? Blake, she wants to do the right thing and stop them. John, the right thing and the smart thing to do are two different things. Blake, what do you mean by that? John, right thing to do is to leave before they commit a crime, then alert the authorities with any info they have and let them handle it.
Blake, that will take too long.
John, nothing is done within a day. If that were the case, we should be in paradise by now.
Blake, she needs to stop them.
John, yeah, and add more to her crimes. Blake, narrow her eyes. John gave her an impassive look. John, typical emotional reactions. Taking on an organization like them alone is suicide. If she was smart, she should ask for help. Blake, she's a faunus. What kind of human would help her? John, I see that you're as not racist but bearing contempt towards humans in general. If this person wishes to repent for their actions, do it with proper authority and leave it to the pros. Blake just took the advice and contemplated on trying to contact her team but shut the idea down. Blake thanked John for the time and advice and then leaves. Saya, that girl is about to do something stupid. John, yeah, we should keep a lookout. Saya, well, I'm still an active huntress. A few hours later, an explosion near the dock caught the duo's attention.
Saya, it came from the docks.
They ran toward the chaos and saw a girl flying, shooting both swords and lasers. Saya engaged Torchwick and John charged the rest of the White Fawn.
WF Grunt 1, it's the Silver Fawn.
WF Grunt 2, you're a traitor to your race. Saya, I just don't degrade myself into being a wild dog that attacks anyone who disagrees with me. Roman, holy crap, I got a WF Hunter on my ass. I didn't sign up for this shit. Blake is being helped by Ruby and Penny, but she stopped when she hears the woman's title. Blake, she's the one hunting down and dispersing the Fang. She's John's teacher? John, sis, there's more of them.
Saya, okay little boy, let's cut loose.
And most of the grunts have been knocked down. They only use live rounds on Grim, but non-lethal rounds against idiots. Roman decided to cut and run as he make his getaway on a bullhead. The police arrived and arrested the grunts who were caught. Blake was completely being surrounded by her team and asked given a big hug. After that, she and the rest approached John. Blake, John, you never told me you knew the person hunting the White Fan. John, that's a private matter, and I trust that you will keep that to yourself and don't spread it around. Weiss, your teacher is a well-known huntress. John, actually she and my mother are my teachers. Seeing that both of them are one of the finest huntresses today. Yang's hair just raised. Hearing a person who has potential ties to her mom would be nice to talk to. Saya approached John and gave him a hug and a kiss on the forehead. Yang, wow bro, you seem to be pretty close to this one. Saya rose an eyebrow and was surprised to see a blonde-looking raven in front of her. Saya, why you're the spitting image of your mother? Yang is shocked to her that. Saya then looked around until her eyes fall on Blake, and then she winked at her and it sent her chills. The exchange was unnoticed by everyone else except John. The day sent on with all of them returning to Beacon, with Sun being arrested for a few felonies and Yang chatting with Saya to get more info on her mother. There was a bird quietly observing from afar.